Hello everybody, Isaac from Isaac and the Lich here. Well, at this point, Isaac and friends.
It's Lieutenant K back with some fabulous John Lennon glasses.
I was about to say, who is this John Lennon motherfucker that's sitting next to me?
Hey, at least I ain't shot yet.
Time to shoot some enemy Nazis.
I know you don't have any finger toward the trigger, but you're carrying that very wrong.
Nothing is.
Maybe if you didn't know, that's actually how a lot of guns broke, was due to
people carrying them wrong
or careless transportation.
Schmeling would have KO'd LaMotta. No way. And Schmeling's a Nazi.
It's a good thing they know how to mass-produce guns. Yay, America.
We all got a choice.
You know, Nietzsche said there was only strong...
That's enough mouth. All right.
America mass-produces guns. Russia mass-produces angry junks. Germany.
No, if you want mass production of true angry junk, you go to Scotland.
This rate will be home by Christmas.
Dear God, what if Scotland and Ireland came together? Reminds me of that beef O'Grady's. And on that 8th and glorious day, God made beer so that the Irish would not take over the world. It's still working to this day. But one day, world, you'll run out of liquor.
Hedgerows are heavily defended.
Oh, trust me, the Celts. Oh, dear God, the Celts.
We own the road.
And the Celts are the originators of the Irish and the Scottish. Run! If they unite ever again.
For Turner, shielding us is his noble call.
Hey, I know that name.
The war just has a habit of getting away.
War changes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why Fallout lied to me.
M1 Garand.
This is my rifle, this is my
gun. This one's a fight, and this one's for fun.
Oh, rip in peace, Ernie.
You know, a wound like this takes 8 weeks to heal.
I'm ready, Sergeant. You've got my word.
Oh, your word. That don't mean shit to me.
I was gonna say, I trust you as far as I can throw you.
So you're good, huh?
I'm just fine and dandy, sir.
Now understand, that kind of stuff is now frowned upon in military. If you get a nut tap for your birthday in the barracks, you are liable to call sexual assault or rape on people. But last time I checked, a nut tap has never killed somebody or caused them to suicide.
Hang on tight, boys. It's gonna get rough.
What else?
And if you got those lazy people in your platoon that don't know how to...
I think it's less of that and more along the lines of he's going, you're saying you're okay, but dude, I know you just took a fucking knife in the gut. I don't want you to die for stupidity.
Looks like you're holding up all right.
That's why he's sitting there slapping him on the wound. Is like, you saying you're okay, but I was like, I can see you winching in pain there, buddy.
You know why he's always right
That's where a lot of true patriotism shows is when,
earned him an Article 15
even if they're hurt or even when they're against all odds, they still...
his men paid the price.
Still fought.
Mission was FUBAR, a massacre.
And it's not just America, it's patriotism in your own country.
Hell, we only survived because they didn't have time to seal the western exit.
Even the Nazis had
Almost
patriotism.
lost everything thanks to that son of a bitch.
Shitty view in perspective,
Turner
but
still ain't over it.
their own
Matter of fact, he
to
was the
a
one who wrote him
madman
up.
who hated Jews.
Pearson figures if he makes you a model platoon,
Don't
you'll get
worry.
it scrubbed.
The,
Only we're
Spec
doing the
Force for
scrubbing.
Israelites got 'em.
Now you're getting it.
Most of them,
That's why
anyway.
he's never gonna give up. He'd kill to have it removed.
You know what I'd kill for? Decent grub.
You just
Oh, stop whining.
At least you ain't in Africa.
Actually,
I'm talking about the soldiers in Africa. They didn't get... You think the soldiers in Europe got fed? You think you got fed poorly?
hi.
Casket. Yeah, that's somebody's son.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Daniels is right. They're not all bad.
They did give us Kepler,
Oh,
Mozart.
and this is a call out
Marlena
to
Dietrich.
any
Don't forget about their
extremist
inventions. You got the
SJWs or
printing
Antifas.
press, electron microscope.
This is patriotism.
Frankfurters.
This is America.
You guys are killing me.
You guys hear
Has
that?
divided, cannot stand.
Arrow Siren.
Inbound!
You ain't got shit! Oh, never mind.
Shit, there went one of the M4s.
You missed me.
That's one of the main issues with the M4 Shermans is they were actually one of the worst tanks in World War II.
I mean,
Guns,
They
move!
actually
We
went
have to
pretty
protect our
fast,
Shermans.
but
That's flak
they got
fire
stuck.
in the distance. We're gonna capture
It wasn't just that they got stuck, it was they were the worst because they had the least amount of armor.
Everyone down!
not a
Their
big
guns were
I
obsolete.
need teams to flank them left and right. Go, go, go!
Snipe these guys with my iron sights.
The difference between America and Nazis. If you failed at your invention in America, you got fired. If you failed in Nazi land, you got shot. Or firing squad.
Well, that depends.
Or you'd be called a traitor because your view is going to get in the way of someone else's in the hierarchy of the Nazi.
Alright. Took out the machine gun.
And by the way, SJWs, those are Nazis, not the people who. No more Roman folk for you.
Poke your little head out.
Wasn't it World War I where they actually stopped alcoholic drinking before battles because of, I would say, very many casualties because you can't really aim that well when you're drunk. Or throw a grenade far. But you can wrestle someone to death.
Toss it out a grenade!
Frag out!
At least they have the actual radius for it, right? And I, for one, have shot M1 grenade in real life, iron-sighted, versus a scar with a scope. And I will say this right now. I would take an M1 Garand over an automatic gun any day of the week, year, or month. The accuracy they built for that gun, I mean, even for iron sight, and I tell you, I got very
Oh
low
shit!
shot. And you're back. But I can tell you, 150 yards, and still managed to make that thing go ding, 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 versus a scar that you only hear ding, ding, ding.
That dude just ran right into my bullet.
But I will tell you this: the kick on an M1 Garand, you can't be shooting it that hard unless you got a good pad on it. Because think of a mule kicking your shoulder every time you fire a bullet. Those bullets weren't tiny. Those were big Betsy bullets. We can do it.
Med pack, Zussman. Thank you.
Give me that morphine. That guy always pissed me off when I played. I ended up forgetting about him, run up, and then I get killed. Shoot them
Time to
with the
climb
pistol.
up.
Shoot them with the pistol. You missed your bayonet.
Somehow.
And you stabbed him in the penis.
Push into the field!
I'm sure he did.
We need to rally with our
No,
tanks!
wait. Most of them do. Not saying that because of who they are or
Spread out!
their names, but when you become a danger to society, be ready for society to defend itself. Except for France. France only had like a small part of them. I mean, they did their job well, and they're very good spots.
Well, the thing about France was the government gave up, the people kept fighting though.
And that's what happens when the people are independent. That's why you can't believe in the government too much, ladies and gentlemen. You understand, if it saves their job title, they'll throw away our freedom quick. America, the independent people. Wake up.
Bullets, please. Thank you, Lieutenant.
That satchel of bullets ain't that heavy, I guess. Even though they're M1 bullets.
Get after them! Come on, they're
And
on
I
the
had
run!
back
Keep pushing!
a Vietnam stand in Muncie. A heritage
Oh.
festival I went to.
Sorry, boss. Sorry, pal.
Blame him for running into the rifle. Look at them scour like rats! No Oktoberfest for you guys!
I think I might have actually shot somebody who was trying to surrender.
There's the black guy.
You say you didn't see it. I mean, in a way, they did surrender.
We're gonna take the AA
With a
gun behind
bullet.
that tree line.
It was well known that they were very sneaky and dangerous. There are many times that, in many wars, that an enemy would fake surrender, showing very highly dishonorability, but also logically very smart to, I would say, press on the objective and cause. Though there's been times when people have had a white flag waving, and without the authorities knowing.
That's one AA gun that's not firing anymore, boys.
I forgot what I was. Sorry, folks. Campaign still a little bleh. Oh, but when they would only see the top of the white flag, what they didn't know was at behind the wall or behind the sand sacks,
You gotta take them down.
there
Here they
was
come.
a Molotov holding up that stick.
2 o'clock.
And by the time they realized what it was too late.
Time to knock him out of there.
He's going down.
Fly boys, more like die boys.
Target
Oh,
destroyed.
there goes some. Yeah.
Guy on the radio sounds
As many
pissed.
soldiers say,
Crowds
good
don't know
soldier
what's
does
happening.
not see their enemy as a human.
Boy, coming in. 1 o'clock.
Kill or be killed. And you don't want to get killed by the bomb they drop
Got
because
one.
you never have to die
Nice
before
shot,
you
Daniel.
die by
Those
shot.
shooters. They're on to us.
Now, I tell you what, if they had napalm back then,
Target
ooh.
destroyed.
Oh, also understand that
1 o'clock. High.
napalm, just like Agent Orange, was also
Time to take him out.
was secretly
Go down.
practiced on our own people
Watch
in the
center.
military. Now understand that doesn't mean don't trust your country, but don't trust the government.
Directed. That's all you got. Not yet. 3 o'clock.
Another thing is, no matter how fast you can move your hands and your elbows and feet, that gun is moving too fast.
For you to dodge.
Not really to dodge, but that movement is too fast.
1 o'clock. High.
Most guns can move at the speed of
Well,
sound. You're not moving fast enough to dodge no bullet,
I'm
boys.
saying you're right, because
Above.
understand it's all hand training. You control horizontal, they control vertical.
Daniel. That's all of them. Good job.
Depending on where you were, a lot of them were given radio headsets, so that way they could still hear each other because you would end up going deaf
You okay?
after shooting that so many
Got my buddy
times.
Mills in the ambush.
Yeah.
But we hit him back hard.
And
Holdouts are
normally
dug in
the
with
people
packs
who would
up
shoot
ahead.
those things weren't
I've
random
cleaned 'em out.
soldiers,
All
but
right,
well-trained
Take a fire team through the orchard and
well-trained
find an
partners, I would say, because they were
After you
trained
soften up the
together
packs, I'll leave
along
the
with
niggas solved for us.
other
Yes,
groups,
sir.
Daniel,
and would
suspect,
every
you're
now
with
and
me.
then switch
Come on.
out with the different people to understand.
Sir, I require bullets.
And if one of the guys were taken out, most of the time the other one would
The hell's that?
try to do it by himself or try to teach the person with them. But a lot of times, though you have one main
Ooh,
job in your
crate of
squad,
ammo.
though you have-
Yes, please.
Though you have one job in your main squad, everybody really had to know each other's jobs to be safe. Because you never know
Wish
who's
I would
going
have
to
gotten to
go
that
down.
flak gun sooner.
And
Can't
after
blame
the
yourself.
beginning of World War II, they started
P-47
instilling
Mustang.
that. They started instilling that.
This is a war
That way you can hear me okay.
I can kind of hear it, yeah.
But, oh darn it. There
Over
went the
here.
tin case mine again.
Got a vantage
Oh,
point.
but
Tanks up
it was
ahead. Our
towards
boy is
the
under fire.
Beginning of
Get out your
World War II, a little
binoculars.
bit after it,
There's
that they
Perez's
started
boys.
to instill
We're heading right to
everybody to
hell.
learn multiple jobs.
We gotta hit those pack
That way
operators
to
hard.
save time and
Everyone
pressure
open
of
fire!
each person.
I got eyes on
In
two
case one
packs.
person
Daniel,
dies, they
take
all
up
would know
those
how to do their job.
Pick up that sniper rifle, Daniel!
Get the gas tanks! It's the gas tanks! Make them go boom! Yes! Michael Bay is in the house!
Headshot.
Check you out.
Pack 38 still has the gunner. Firing on our head.
Yes, I'm sure y'all see their lovely helmets.
On it.
I understand the German's helmet was probably one of the weakest ones.
Both pack 38
And
cruisers
then there's
down.
the
Okay,
lovely
we're moving on.
officers who feel like they're too good to wear.
The rest of the Krauts in the trenches.
It didn't help anyways. Now the American and I would say British had pretty well indeed helmets during World War II because there's been more cases of a bullet actually bouncing off or only denting it, saving someone's life.
Watch out.
But mainly because it was in the heavier plated side or front. Most of the time, towards the right temple or left temple is the weak spot along through the back, and you know, their whole face.
Fall in. Stack behind the tanks.
It was originally made
Let's put
you know,
these rhinos to good use.
during trench
All
warfare,
tanks
so that way
forward.
if you poke your head up, you ain't gotta worry about having
MG-42.
a haircut.
Stay behind the tanks.
Stay behind the tanks? No, I want to run around freely without cover.
You got Krauts running out of the trenches.
One
Smile
machine.
for Hitler.
Guten Tag.
Sorry, buddy, but you ain't gonna join us in Oktoberfest this year. You don't deserve it.
The 1903 sniper rifle. Boom.
And another thing is, a lot of the German soldiers, though some were brainwashed, some also knew exactly what they were doing and took actual joy.
Pleasure in tormenting.
Now, and the crappy thing is, one of the worst things that the Nazis did, besides
Gunner,
just
target that
almost
MG-42
genocide
nest,
of the
right
entire
side.
race,
Fire!
is they've also deeply ruined the reputation of Germany back then. But over time, they have proven to become a true ally and better people now that they've gotten rid of the corrupt authority. But I remember going to a Renaissance festival and meeting a German lady who just came to America 10 years ago. And she told me that kids asked her if she was a Nazi back in the day, and she said that's probably the most asked question people asked by teenagers. And I feel that is very disrespectful. Just because they're German doesn't mean they're Nazis. Just because we're rednecks don't mean we're bigots.
Well,
Just because
to be fair, the Nazis were actually only a small percentage, but they were also the small they were also a small percentage that held a lot of power.
as well as Hitler youths who ingrained it in their minds to become like this. And before anybody says, oh, Hitler was with communism, Hitler deeply hated communism and anything to do with it. Due to his, I would say, raising and...
Which is oddly strange because
Keep pushing. More
Making
Germans
your friends
behind this
close
ridge.
and your enemies closer. That's what he did with Stalin. But the
no,
Hitler youth
what
were-
I was about to say is that National Socialism actually has quite a bit of in common with communism,
They're not far steps away.
but the main reason why
You okay?
I thought you just stabbed the wrong guy. But
no,
while the SS were taking care of minorities and enemies of the state, aka Himmler's irrational hatred
Look at
and
him
fear,
run! That's
the
right,
Hitler
Briggs.
youth
We're
back
coming
on
for you.
their own
Keep
home
moving.
were anti-communist in their own streets. Understand these would be teenagers, high school age, probably at the lowest mid-middle school nowadays. And not exactly a lot of them were known to have
stop shooting our own tank, dumbass.
murder, but
Tank is
a
down.
lot of them were known to have
38. Keep eyes on
gotten a lot of
Can't advance until those pack 38s are
a lot
down.
of
Get the high ground and take
political enemies as mainly communist enemies.
Ground position. Hang on it. Move to
Holy
Taking
shit!
care of their own
Pick
homeland.
up a sniping position.
I would, but I have Krauts everywhere.
They
Screw
say
you,
it's
Fritz.
sour. Maybe you should bury them a little longer. Bury them with the bullets. Made in America. By the way, World War II had the most women at that time of recent working in the
Well, the reason that was in the factory was because all the men were fighting, so the only people left to work were women.
and along with children, but many of them actually volunteered.
Enemy through!
Down you go, you bastard.
Entry from the west. At the crate.
Splat. That went your brains. Reach a snipe position. Easier said than done.
Grab a scoped rifle. Take out those guns. Got eyes on
Another
three
thing
packs,
was that
Daniels. Aim for the
Hitler
ammo
and
boxes.
his Nazi regime and belief is probably the most diverse and mixed in terms of belief and faith and occult, because they followed a lot of supernatural beliefs, including those, even though he was not Catholic and Christian, he also believed in a lot of beliefs and
Well, he
teachings
also
that went strictly
Aim
against
for
the
those
Bible.
ammo boxes, Daniels.
And it honestly showed.
Alright, where is
Daniels,
Dan?
destroy those boxes.
Killed them with their own gun.
There it is. Have fun with that.
Tanks are advancing.
And I remember me and my friend at church were talking about Hitler because I've done a lot of research about him. A lot of people are like, oh, if they would have just let him be an artist, he wouldn't be the person he was today. That him not becoming an artist didn't stop him. What happened was, after failing in artistry, his second choice was politics. He did understand he was very charismatic and
Roger that.
demanded the
Move
people,
up and clear those trenches.
but in a corrupt way. And he was raised by two people. One of them being a racist mayor, the other being I believe it was a socialist philosopher. And when you put two and two together, you get four. So he was basically taught that the philosophy he's supposed to follow is that all the minorities are bad and that socialism is good.
Ow!
Ow. Watch out for grenade, danger, and indicator. Thanks, that helps me now.
Well, I was paying attention, but
And contrary to belief, a lot of men hit by the grenades back in World War II did not die instantly. Many times they're shrapnel, but
Grenade!
and they would die slowly after bleeding out or infection if they weren't treated in time.
that's pretty much how it went.
And in a lot of wars, you can tell there's things that shouldn't have happened. People shouldn't have died in. During the Civil War.
On the floor, Fritz.
Like,
And during the Civil War, they had weapons that not really was out of the timeline, but I would have to say good at what it was made for.
First aid kit ready for you.
And that wasn't to injure. Understand, when a gun is put into war and turned into and instead used as a hunting or a term of protection, it is meant to kill. It is not meant to tranquilize as a lot of people wish it did. Because what's the point if you tranquilize
Lieutenant.
the whole army if they're just going to wake up the next day to come back at
Hold
you?
on. CO approaching.
The Springfield 1961 or the Enfield.
well, I mean, you could capture
Not
the entire
1918.
army, but that
All
would
right,
be
listen
expensive
up.
as all hell.
Charlie
to-
Company's under assault
who's
near
to
the
say they
church.
ain't gonna
They
fight
need
back?
ammo and fire support. Send a
Just
squad
because you
immediately.
capture the army doesn't
Sir,
mean
we're
to
already
stop their
stretched pretty thin.
Then stretch
Red.
thinner.
Yes, sir.
But
Hoorah! Let's do this. Time to America.
We can take the
The
jeep, so we're gonna
Springfield
need armored support.
1861 model
That's the plan.
and the Enfield
Perez! Pearson will follow you with the squad.
1864, I believe.
Can't do it.
I
Just got orders
was,
from college.
as a
We're heading
Civil
west
War
with the
reenactor,
11th.
I was allowed to use both,
Those
and
boys are running
though they
out of
were
time.
replicas,
You're on
they
your
could
own.
be loaded
Take the
and
jeeps
used
and
as
head
a
out.
troop as a
Move.
rifle itself.
All right,
And
snap
during
to it.
battles, we had
Charlie's
to leave
up
our...
shit creek and we're the paddle. Let's go. Let's go.
Darn it. I can't believe I forgot the name. Hearing rods. We had to leave them in our tents because there's been times when people
which way to
forgot the
Marigny?
hearing rods are in their
Follow
muskets.
this road to the next
And then tried to fire it.
No, we do. We have black powder. And when
No,
you have
I
a
mean,
little
they-
rod,
they-
it's like a little fiery spear.
Lieutenant Kate, what I'm talking about, when they forgot about it in the rifle and tried to fire it, I mean, it ended up going off, and the cleaning rod basically shot into somebody, or in,
It was just a bolt of lightning.
yeah.
Except, if you weren't lucky, it break into pieces and a lot of different things.
Did I just run our own guys off the road?
As doing a history
Run you
buff
over.
myself,
Watch out. Close one.
Taking fire!
if you ever notice as they actually went from ball to bullet,
Which way?
that's where the dangers of it really came.
Go straight.
Because though the bullet,
Can't hold them much longer.
musket balls would actually get stuck and would be easy to pull out. Bullets themselves, when they first started making them,
Would fracture.
and make it very, especially with the technology in the field at that time, made
I-
it very hard to say.
Grab the wheel!
I'm
getting out
personally
the
a
gun.
history buff like Lieutenant Kate. Right now, I'm just not talking as much because I'm busy, well, shooting.
That's why I'm
Jeremy!
Can't hold them much longer.
Charlie's counting on us.
Yeah.
There's an opening.
Well.
Hold on.
Another fun
Enemy
fact,
troops.
a lot of the early military vehicle use during the World War II that the Nazis had, a lot of the vehicles were actually taken by Jewish citizens and reconditioned
Straight
as
ahead, take 'em
military
out.
use.
Also, a little quick note for
Almost
those
there,
of
hang
you
on.
who may have difficulty aiming at moving targets. Aim for where they're going, not where they are.
Boy,
Spray.
coming in.
Spray and pray. Spray it all over and pray you hit them.
No,
Circling left.
because what you do, this is actually something my military father taught me.
That's all you got.
If you want to hit the moving target,
Shoot where it's going to be, not where it's
They're
at.
falling back!
Clean up the rest.
How do you think? That's one of the things that I learned as not only a sniper, but also as a
All clear.
gunnery.
Air Force attack planes, because understand, you yourself are a moving target. Though your target itself could be stationary, you are still moving, and you have to know how to shoot it just at the right time and how to.
And how to hit right where you're going.
Back in the
Okay.
old days when they
It's too
first
late to
started
press
putting
on.
guns on them, like around World War II and
Looks like you
stuff,
boys got a reprieve.
some of them were actually well known to.
Actually, the first planes they started putting weapons on were World War I.
That's why I said
On the
World War
biplanes.
I.
And the funny thing is about that is originally, the engines on the planes were not set up so that the propellers would,
They would have
because
a
of,
cockpit for someone else to shoot.
or what they would also do is if they had it in front of the propellers, they'd actually have like little plates on the propeller so the bullets would bounce off.
Because as the time went on,
Rest
they
up, boys.
slowly created
Take
to where
Marigny
it
at
would
first
be able to
light.
shoot a bullet between the blades.
Between the blades because of a mechanism which was originally developed by the Germans.
Can't believe
And
I'm
originally
fighting
the Germans were
alongside
the only
Zussman
ones to
again.
have it.
He's
And it
holding
was
up
one of
all
those
right,
revolutionary
considering we just
technologies that
blasted
almost
through
won
miles
them
of
the war.
hedgerows.
Because
Hey,
understand, the
Pearson
Germans
might go a
came
little
very
easy on
close to winning both World
You'd
War
be
I
wrong.
and World War II. And you have to remember, both in naval power, military weapons that they
They
had.
created very well submarines.
Oh yeah. Well, they also had the biggest, one of the biggest battleships, the Bismarck and the Tirpitz. Those things were massive.
Well, actually, the Japanese Empire created a ship.
The Yamato, which the Yamato class would actually dwarf the Bismarck. But if you're talking about in the Atlantic Ocean, Bismarck was king, and that's why
Because
the
it
English.
had speed, firepower. It was,
It was
a
a-
floating town with big guns.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's literally a British song like we have to sing the Bismarck, And the part of this thing, part of that
July
song is it
26th.
has
We're
guns the
holed
size
up in
of
a
trees
farmhouse outside of Marigny.
and shells the size
I
of
closed my
steers
eyes
because that
thinking,
thing would hit
I
hard.
ended up having a dream.
And they sank the HMS Hood, one of the British
Passenger.
Empire's best ships, for their pride and joy of their navy, in one shot. In one shot, they blew that sucker up.
That's another thing is, it's not all about how big of firepower it is. If you know where to shoot, there's many times there's been smaller ships been able to take out the bigger ones because they knew exactly where to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Either they were able to find a way how that ship was built, blueprints,
And knew where
or
the powder
they
magazine
could
was,
see
and
that
they
it
knew
was close to theirs. There's like, I know exactly where to shoot.
Yeah. Now, another thing about that is the Bismarck was not actually sunk
Same dream, huh?
by the British. Believe it or
Germans
not.
sunk it themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The
As
Bismarck
happens in
was
many centers.
shelled and bombed and torpedoed to crap.
Because if
and
I
the-
can't
and
have
the-
it, you can't either.
Yep.
I'm good now.
And
Some rest.
No.
one of the smaller
Actually,
sister
sure,
ships,
I'm
which
ready.
was the heavy cruiser, the KMS Prinzuji, would actually be captured by the U.S. later on and then used to test the nuclear bombs on.
It's the only way to respect.
And
Which, oddly enough, in Azure Lane is like my
A
shit.
man has to fight his own battles. Respect don't
She's
mean a
so
lot if you
cute
get
though in
yourself
her
killed.
wedding dress. What? I'm a
what
dirty
size is
weed.
it? What size is it? 60 knots?
Good old St. Michael's watching over us.
But
We got
a fun
nothing
fact
to worry
is,
about.
the
realize you guys
actual
believe
height
in that
requirement to be in the SS or
I'll take
most of
all
the
the
Nazi
help I
military
can get.
was 5'7".
Yeah, because
And-
they wanted, because
No,
they
they
were one of the
wanted-
few people that believed in eugenics, and they wanted the strongest,
been
the
killing our
most,
cattle.
you know,
20/20
purest.
vision.
Paul were hunting them when
Though
we got
Himmler
bored.
wore glasses and also ding 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 U-boats. They first started letting people
sail them, but they couldn't, so they ended up
they
putting the
were
shorter
cramped
people.
and small.
Yeah.
The thing is, true corruption will
Sorry,
hypocrisy itself would destroy them.
Listen good, kid.
But sometimes
It's only
they just need
natural to be scared.
hypocrisy needs a little help from other people to help them kick the bucket.
We need to head home, baby brother.
From that day on, I swore I'd never.
Well, it
let
wasn't
Paul
just
down.
hypocrisy. It was also
Now
their
it's not
own
just him I
thirst
gotta
for
live up
power,
to.
their own
Power,
it's
greed,
drive
hatred,
to control the world.
their hatred ruled their hearts.
Get to cover.
Well, I mean, it was so much so that the
Genocide
Germans
is-
themselves tried to kill him.
Our job is to
There
lay down
was,
suppressive fire from that church.
there was the,
Any
Operation
question?
Valkyrie,
Good. I
which
have a question.
unfortunately
Stand 'em up, Styles.
went
You wanna go,
horribly
Star?
wrong,
Let's
and
go.
people involved
I
were
think
all
I'm his
killed and their
favorite.
It
families.
wasn't exactly horribly wrong. It was just
Holy
the
shit!
shitty
I
thing
need cover
is,
fire on the left.
if he would have
Everyone
moved
else,
that,
flank,
if he would have
flank.
moved the box just 5 feet
Hear that howl?
more, he would have killed him.
I'll cover you.
But it was just one little mistakes that happened.
Enemy infantry.
And
Little tip when firing submachine
8
guns.
feet and it goes up.
Not only that, but short, controlled bursts.
Heat rises, therefore the Tommy gun must be roasting them. Pearson, you retard!
Signal the artillery.
Don't caboose us, damn it!
This is why they didn't let you out of boot camp early.
Keep your head down.
Technically, he's a sergeant.
You need to be demoted. Either with a bullet or one of the officers telling you get out of here.
Daniels, you can signal for mortars.
When people tell me, you can do this, you can do this. I'm kind of busy staying alive, can't you do it? It's right on defense.
Crowds are making a break.
Toss
for
me
it.
that target and smoke.
He's down. Ready to go.
And I've heard actually a lot of people say,
Have fun, fellas!
if we had 2 atomic bombs, why didn't we use the atomic bombs on the Germans? One of the things people didn't realize is, though Germany was the
Well,
main
there's-
enemy, they were still in inland. They were surrounded by our old allies.
Well, there's also the point, too, that we
Cover
really
fire from the
actually
left.
didn't want to
Enemies
drop
on
the
the
bombs
second
because
floor.
we were scared to death that by dropping them, we would end up igniting all of the hydrogen in the water
Going in.
and basically frying the entire planet. So,
Even Einstein himself said he regrets creating such a destruction.
It is in this day I have become God, the destroyer of worlds.
Truck jeep inbound.
Just kill a whole car full of
You
them.
want to know the main reason I enjoy killing Nazis in video games? Macro. He never escaped that prison. Damn it, I made him proud. He taught me how to snipe my first Nazi. May the motherland bless you with Macro.
Now I'm using your own guns against you. How does it feel to be shot with your own fucking rifles?
I remember I actually had a friend who, he was a very large dude. He always wore a Star of David, and you knew what his nickname was in theater class? The Bear Jew. Yes, from Inglourious Basterds. And the first time I saw him, he looked like Frankenstein from the Jews or a golem that should not have been made. And I just looked him straight in the dead eye.
Find cover. Get
Fuck.
down.
You
Armored
look
truck!
Like, you look like the Bear Jew, what the Bear Jew should have looked like. And he just looked at me and said,
Drag him out of there.
I am the Bear Jew. But mainly bear. A little bit of Jew on my mother's side.
They've got the whole street locked down.
And
We need smoke
me
out
and him
there.
would make many jokes. Dark humor, but we both laughed about it. And if a Jewish person can laugh about Jew jokes themselves, and understand jokes, as they are jokes, aren't meant to share hate.
They're meant to share comedy, but there's also the point too that the best way to disarm hatred or to depower a symbol of hate is to make a joke out of it.
Exactly. Laughter is the best medicine. And there's been times I've laughed about stuff and people are just like, how are you even laughing right now? Because if I don't laugh, I'll cry. Which was honestly true in most states.
Son of a bitch.
I know he snuck up behind him with his gun.
Sight him up. Press forward. Enemy troops. Southwest.
What's up, Klaus?
Time traveler from 1914. Did we win the war? What, World War II? No, did we win the World War? You mean World War I? Wait, hold up a minute.
Pardon me.
Wow, all that armor did a lot, didn't it?
Well, because it's open top.
And that's not a smart place to put down either because your sacks are literally in the driveway and past. I guess the Nazis just enjoyed the snow balls. Maybe they were the reason we remember the teabag in Halo. Covenant was space Nazis. Nah, one of the games I played with Covenant, he's pretty cool.
There we
He
go.
looked like a, I would say a moray, if a moray eel had sex with a predator.
Church door.
You mean the Arbiter?
Please help me.
Where'd they go?
The irony
They must
of
have run
Nazis
when they heard
taking
us coming.
sanctuary in a
Help left
church.
some supplies.
Hang on, pal.
Lock up before we get to the tower.
I gotcha.
Hang on.
Die a little quieter, please. They're gonna catch us.
Hang in there, buddy.
In a lot of honesty, there has been times during warfare where people have had to kill their friends and co-fight because
Empty on the second
Because they were making noise and the enemy was close.
a lot of people are like, you can't sacrifice one person for 10 people. Understand.
You wanna bet?
When it comes to war, you can't let your emotions take over. The moment you do,
It's not even just the emotions, it's more of the... You have to...
detach.
Not even just that, it's more of you have to be able to register and realize that as a soldier, you have to be, especially a commander,
Every
you have to be
soldier
willing
has
to...
realize they might die.
Yeah. And as a commander, you have to accept the fact that you will be the one to send them to that death, if it comes down to it.
But in the
You
end,
don't
it's
want
ultimately
to.
with them.
You don't want to, but you may have to.
I understand before many of y'all say, oh, that's just heartless. My own cousin, who is an airborne ranger, has told me himself. He never said anything happened like that, but due to if a fellow soldier is close to
death or be captured.
Let's say you're in an alleyway. Your fellow soldier is bleeding out on the other side. You only have 3 people with you, counting yourself. There are 3 people with you. That makes 4 people that are still in the body. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'd run over there and be heroic and save them."
You'd be an
How
idiot
many
and getting
soldiers
shot.
would you sacrifice to save one? Because in the end, that person's probably going to die the next day. And your job isn't there to save soldiers. That's the nurse's job. Your job is to get rid of the enemy. And the quicker you get rid of the enemy, the less casualties you'll have. And the less people you'll have to save.
Alright, clear. The church is out. Daniels, get eyes on those guns.
Wait, they have Rosie on here? She has good guns.
Daniels,
And no,
check
that's
that
not
door.
a...
Moving to the door.
Boob joke.
Krauts are down on
Never
our
seen
fighters.
Suspect, Aiello, get out there
She
and
is
those guns.
right.
Yes, Sergeant!
Daniels,
I feel like
Stiles, you
if she
provide
punched,
overwatch from the
if she
tower
punched
with
Hitler in
me.
the face,
Glad
he'd
it's gonna
probably
be you
crap
up
out
there.
his mustache.
No pressure.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Better!
Everybody up the stairs, let's move.
Well, this was a crappy day to get my leg blown off.
Up the ladder. Get away from the window. You want to give away our position? Hope nobody's scared of heights.
Would it matter?
Nope. Come on. get up
Would it
here.
matter? Nope. Get your ass up there.
Careful. There's a hunchback up there.
Well, this ain't Notre Dame. Although,
It looks kind of like it, no offense. It'll make, but it's a strong
Eyes on
crew.
Zussman. Get ready.
A strong cathedral.
All right,
Very
they're moving.
beautiful.
Lay
Art
suppressive
inside
fire
it.
so they can take out those flak
And
guns.
there's been pictures of it after the fire where the cross
burning
altar
car.
is still standing in the light. Which,
One
whether you
more.
believe it or not, it does show hope that history can still fight back.
Enemy, second floor.
hello, sniper.
He's not getting back up.
Daniels, hit those snipers.
I am. Give me a minute.
There's another AA gun in the courtyard. It's unmanned. Keep an eye on it. They're close.
Not bad. Pop up the rest.
Firing!
Fire!
Got it.
Get more fire over there.
Yeah.
They did it.
Good work, boys.
Half tracks moving into the square. They're pinning our boys. Hit the turrets. Stay on Zussman. Got him. Clear.
No machine gun support for you.
They're getting closer to the flak guns.
Crowds on the rooftops.
Can't let them hold the high ground.
Damn it.
I got Zussman pinned.
My friend who works at Taco Bell just shared this. I hate it when I say suck my dick and people say, oh, but you don't have a dick. You fools. Blithering idiots. I mean my soul dick. My metaphorical penis. I don't have a physical penis protruding from my body, but the aura is still there. Suck
They're
my
taking
spirit
fire
dick,
from
peasant.
behind.
Half track on their rear. They're getting surrounded. Germans got them surrounded.
He's still moving. Nice
Not
shot.
for long.
Damn it!
Stay on Zussman!
Clean shot!
Get them. Get them all.
The hell was that?
Must be Turner! Keep at it! Cover them so they can support Zussman!
I may not have the best body, but it sure does hold all my organs in place.
Yellow and Zussman need covering fire!
He's wounded!
Kaboom.
There's one black gun left!
Woohoo!
Ow.
Everyone out now!
Jesus.
Crap. Ooh. Well, there's half a dude. Well, he's gone. Oh shit, Bill.
Ding dong, motherfucker.
I'm out of here.
You should have been
Get out of there!
Bell's
Hurry!
Run. I'm out of here. Oh shit, oh shit. Ow. Crap. Ow. Double ow. Time to move.
Move your ass!
Yes, sir. Don't have to ask me twice.
Oh, shit! Come on, jump! Almost there!
Oh. I'm gonna finish my time machine. You gonna go back and kill Hitler? No, I'm gonna do something else. 13 years ago in Australia, me and Mike were out fishing. Sorry guys, you can't be on the reef today. Steve Irwin, sad to not swim with stingrays. Tomorrow's another day. I will.
You see wings on me, Private?
No, Sergeant.
That's because I'm not your fairy fucking godmother!
Are you my tooth fairy?
Damn it! I just lost 2 good men in there! Now we gotta pull it together and take out those guns! Come on!
Hey, I lost my good play cards.
I don't see Zussman!
God damn it! They were together before it collapsed! Best we can do now is hold this position! Can't let those scraps up here!
Got extra grenades if you need them!
That's all you can do is hold the position?
Engage the enemy!
Hold your position! Come on, they
Take a
need
double
cover
barrel
fire.
shotgun, pal.
Suppressive fire!
Ooh, and then one grenade with a freaking grenade attached. Love it.
They're rushing the stairs!
Krauts are gonna try to overrun our position! The flamethrower to push them back! Got it!
Shit! They have shotgun!
Target at 11 o'clock! Right side! Spotted! Over our left flank!
Leaving cover! Open fire!
The simple days of noob tubing. Have you all?
Ow.
By the way, have you noticed that as the war games started, they've been changing back
I don't see Zussman!
future,
God damn
past,
it!
future,
They were together
past.
before it collapsed! Best we can do now is hold this position! Can't let those scraps up here!
Got
I
extra
wonder how far
grenades
back
if you
they're
need
gonna
them!
go.
Get
Who
ready!
knows? Maybe the next Call of Duty, for all we know, could be in frickin'
Come on,
Sparta.
they need cover fire! Suppressive fire! Keep firing! That gun is
Well,
still
to be fair,
alive!
that would be kind of interesting.
It would, but it wouldn't fall because Call of Duty
They're
follows
rushing the
the
stairs!
Engage the enemy!
American wars.
Scouts are gonna try to
They haven't
overrun
come
our
to base
position.
with
Use the
revolutionary
flamethrower to push them back. Got it.
or take it
Someone
down.
auto roasted kraut.
Roasted mini on a stick. Well, not on a stick, but there's one up inside of it, I guess. They always act like there's a stick up there.
Leaving cover. Open fire.
You do not get up from a shot to the knee. You don't get up from a shot to the knee. Skyrim has taught this to us many times. Whether it's an arrow or a bullet. Now, if it hits your leg or muscle stuff, yeah, it's probably up. If that thing busts your kneecap, you ain't getting up.
They're screaming in the pain, going, "Oh God, my!"
Get a marking target zone for the P-47. Daniel, get a red smoke out there.
Don't gotta ask me twice.
Someone's happy to kill him out.
Smoke out!
Yeah, and now they're trying to kill me.
Enemy true. Hold them off till the P-47s get here. Where the hell are those planes?
I don't know. Where are they? Where'd you put them?
P-47s are coming in. Clear out.
Ow! That would have been dead.
Where?
We should have died, but we're still alive. Somehow.
Because you're the main character.
Suspect! I got it.
Holy crap. No, wait, never mind. I think that's already been
Good
done
work,
before.
man.
What?
You gave it
Where you
everything
play a
you
main
had.
character for so long, you start
These
becoming
bastards on the
attached, and then you realize
There's some
there's
damn
no
fine
hope in
soldiers.
the end because the main character is bound to
Said
die.
they came
in
through
this.
pretty well. Were you, Sergeant?
I think Call of Duty's already done.
Maybe you were wrong about them.
Richtof. Not Richtof. Who is
You've been holding out on your boys.
Makarov is the correct
way too
name
easy.
for the guy who
Now we're gonna
was
find out
there
what you
during
really
World
made
at
of.
War when you first hooked up your sniper rifle.
Victor Reznov.
Hitler's head
No.
on a silver platter.
Victor Reznov.
You complain about the shine.
Yeah,
Makarov
Makarov
was
was
douchebag that I
Call of
What will
Duty
be over
Modern
in no
Warfare
time.
1, 2, 3.
We gotta make the
the
big plays
douchebag
now.
that hung
Right.
last
Yeah.
long drop
We
short
captured Marigny.
and he can't exactly whine about it now, can he? I mean, at least he wasn't killed like Mussolini. His own
For a
people
month,
strung him
we've
up
been
naked in
tightening
the
the
streets.
noose around the last escaping Krauts as we
I'm
roll
sure many
towards
people made
Paris.
fun of his tiny wee.
If we're gonna make our mark, we gotta
Because
be
like they
ready
say-
for anything. Like teaming up with the SOE,
What's the
British
word?
Special Forces.
Contemplate.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be.
The SOE, the predecessor to the MI6.
Received intelligence from the resistance about a German train carrying V2 rockets.
Whoa,
to
man.
Attack on Paris.
Half an inch short on both sides here, look just like Hitler.
That gives us just enough time to pull our team into position. Must be stopped.
Yeah, it's a good mustache.
Prove yourselves in Marigny, which is why you'll get the opportunity and the privilege.
Thank you, sir, but it seems like
Also,
a job for
one of the
more
reasons
than
that facial
Why I'm
hair
teaming
was
you up with the SOE.
turned to suggested of shaving and flat faces because if you want to survive a gas attack,
It's like you two caught a bit of it.
when
You have to be able
when you
to
have
put the
bristles
mask
on
on.
your oh, you can put the
Vivian
mask
and
on
Crowley
with
will lead
facial
the
hair,
operation.
but due to the
Working
hair on
with
your chin,
resistance for
it won't
months,
seal.
know the terrain
Hitler
well.
was one of the few
Refer
people
to
that
them.
first realized
We heard
that,
about Marigny.
and that is the reason he has
Impressive.
his iconic mustache.
Take all the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Doing our job.
And a fine job it was, but a warm-up, I'm afraid. Look, this is no ordinary German supply train. It's a
That-
fortress on wheels. A liaison in the
That's not a
resistance
train,
will
that's a
provide
tank.
support as possible, but attacks on their network.
That's a tank on rails.
Fate, Paris,
Two
in your
motherfucking
hands.
Thomas is in town.
Look at this thing.
I mean, why not? That thing's badass. Except it's kind of useless because all you gotta do is
Reminds me of the
destroy
time
the
we
rails
parachuted
and
into
then it's
Vercourt. Amber's
Stuck.
back Gestapo patrol.
yeah.
You're just an old
But
romantic.
it's still got rotating cannons, so unless you actually do it like the British,
target.
smart, but I would rather
Train's
like
right on
the British
time.
wanted to do, disable it
Biggest
so I
train
can
I've ever seen.
drive it and blow
Thickest
people
armor,
up,
too.
blow the
It's a
Nazis up with their
Panzersieg.
own
Those V2s have a range of
beautiful war-
200 miles, more than enough to
war
get Paris.
monster.
We can't let it reach the launch site.
And since it is on the railroad, it would be directly into the Nazi heartland.
Vivian, I'll take them out. China, that'll be your
If you
signature
played it
font.
just right, you could probably blow
Daniels,
up Berlin
you just
and
some
Hitler
gung-ho
with
Marinier,
it
you'll provide them with
just
fire
by,
support.
just by driving by.
Let's go. Everyone stay low. Suppressors on. Take out the sniper.
Because they didn't have exactly have cell phones back then. But they did have their codes.
Well done, Daniels.
Now the officer. On you go. Shoot the officer.
Brilliant shot.
Jeez, don't even let them finish, why don't you?
Turner, take a few men and go around the house. Daniels, stay with Crowley. Keep moving. Shh. Careful. Well done.
Well done. You killed that person very well.
Or civilian.
Sniper is yours, Daniels.
Now, I'm pretty sure during certain times, there's a lot of times where civilians were able to get out of the way during war tearing. And I don't blame some of them for wanting to stay and fight. But they also understand the risk when you stay and fight. Whenever you fight in a war, no one can ignore it that there is a risk of dying in war. If you say, oh, I didn't know I was going to die. It's obvious you just didn't read your pamphlet right. That's not painful.
For him.
That's one thing I've always wondered. Does your neck being snapped hurt?
Oh, hell yes.
I mean, how long are you going to be alive to feel it? It's honestly just snapping your spinal cord, so you automatically lose touch to a lot of nerves, and
Yeah, hunting Germans.
yeah, hunting two Germans. Not people who just have a different opinion than you. Oh, sorry. Was that a mean hit to SJWs? Oh wait. Grow a pair.
Oh, that and stop pestering my poor friend. Just because he plays awesome video games that you find offensive is not his problem.
I mean, it could be worse for you SJWs. I mean, could you imagine if you lived around the time with the whining you're doing now and messing with people the way you are? Back then, during the Mafia days and stuff, if you mess with one of them, you're getting a visit. But we're more civilized, and unlike y'all, we aren't triggered as easily. And that's the difference between a gun and you. When a gun's triggered, when you use the trigger on a gun, or when a gun's triggered, it accomplishes something. When an SJW is triggered, you have something to laugh about, or kind of give up hope for. Either one.
Shit.
Shit!
Hey,
Come on, we can't let him get away!
Sound fabulous.
Change of plans! We've been spotted!
What gave that away? Oh, kill the dogs first.
Toss to the smoke!
Dogs is the heart. The dogs
Enemies at the
German fires.
Move, fellas! First aid kit! We need to get off to the train!
Hitler actually had one of his childhood pets was a German Shepherd called Blondie. And before, I believe, 2 days before he died,
We've been spotted!
Blondie was used as cyanide testing. Used for cyanide testing 2 days before he died.
So not even. Not even the first pet puppy was safe from.
We need to get off to the train. Come on! Shit!
Enemies
Smoke
ahead!
grenade out! They're still caught!
Hang on, buddy.
Charlie, train's leaving!
Stay alive. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Hang in there, buddy! Daniel, I owe you my life! Thanks! First aid kit's ready! Gotta reload! Grenade exposed! Over here! Get ready to take cover!
He pretty much had it like, you shot me in the ass!
Sir, ready
Yes,
for
I shot.
Get the stick
Here,
out of it.
Daniels!
Cut through the post office!
Just said shake a leg. What if someone got their leg blown off?
Coming in from the south! Get ahead! Press forward! Daniels, get the door! Daniels, open the door!
Oh, shite.
Shit! Daniels, get up!
Learn from the last guy who ran through the door.
Everyone in the jeep, now!
You can stay on the side when you open that door.
It wasn't just standing on the side, the train was literally shooting at us.
And then back
go,
down,
let's
you
go!
might as well use it.
Hold on!
Then again,
Shit, look out!
whoever shoots is gonna
Stay on the path! Trees are coming down! Hang on! Can you see it? There it is! Hit the gas! Punch it! Left! Right turn ahead! Faster! We're gonna lose it! Working on it! For it!
I'm trying.
Keep going, Daniel! Get in the way! I should have drove! Now's your chance! Take the wheel! Shit! Line them up!
NG-42. Machine gun so bad and terrible that it traumatized. The mere sound of it firing traumatized soldiers.
Hey! We gotta get to the front of the train!
Your barrel while you're going
Keep firing! Let's go! Inside the train car! More coming up! MG! Nice, Daniel! Get us out of here! They can't hit us if we get in close! Grenade! I got it! Fuck!
Oh, shit.
Ah! Jeep's coming apart! Jump!
Just a wee bit.
Shit!
Now, I understand, yes, it's not up on the side, but the amount of force that train would go through, it has enough energy going past that to move
I think we can see.
Pressure of air would end up pulling you with it. Think of it as being next to a ship while it's sinking.
Well then. And practically everything around us is destroyed.
And that's why the British and American
I'm coming, hang on!
intelligence don't really work that well together. Because fuck you, we're America.
Holy shit.
We work like a sledgehammer.
Can't believe we made it. That's one for the books. I hope Styles had his camera.
Pearson might even get off our asses for 5 damn minutes.
Look out!
Nice.
Follow me. I'll take you to your platoon.
I'm sorry. Who the hell are you?
A friend.
French resistance.
My exact words would be that. Who the hell are you?
First aid kit here! Could use some help! Flying in! I'm empty! Reloading! Germans in the open!
P40 is a good gun for mid-range, close-range combat anyway.
Pretty good at hip firing too.
Move up! Move up! Nailed them! Coming at us! Tossing a grenade!
Enemies in the train car.
Rifles ahead!
Firing a 9mm bullet.
Move up and fire! First aid kit here! I got it! Enemy infantry!
MG-15.
Ready when you are! Looks like they're up ahead!
Your platoon is through here.
Platoon had to send a French one to reunite them.
Hmm.
I believe these men belong to you.
I met Rousseau. She's with the Marquis, French resistance.
She killed a crowd that was gunning for us.
You could at least try to capture and interrogate them first.
There would be more trouble than there were.
Thought we lost you.
And that is true.
Looks like you did
a lot
some
of them.
damage.
A lot of
A lot of
not
them
Train
were-
was
were-
supposed to be stopped, not destroyed.
If anything, during
Yeah,
the
I'm
trials,
sorry that,
many of them
things
were
didn't go
proud of what
exactly
they
as
did
planned, but
and
on
had
the
no
bright side,
regrets.
we've just ordered
Knowing
every
they were
goddamn
gonna be
German
put to death.
outpost in the whole
Including
area, so we gotta get moving.
Dr.
Come on.
Mengele, who was actually one of the few that got
Isn't that
away.
right, Major?
We'll need your help in securing
Don't know
intelligence.
how.
He was
but
one of the
Sus and I
most
survived
brutal,
wrecking that train
disgusting,
long enough to find
disturbing
ourselves
Nazi
rendezvousing
doctors.
with a tough French gal.
But without what
Goes
he's
by
done,
Rousseau.
a lot of things we wouldn't have found
She's
out.
a member of the resistance.
Sure, we
and
could have
if you
found him
believe
out
it, she
in
made
less
us paw through
violent
the
and
wreckage for
inhumane
some
ways,
papers.
but
She
we
needed
found him
them
out
for a mission in
nonetheless.
Paris.
Mm.
She had a job for us
But
too.
of course, the government, which is why we shouldn't trust it completely, gave
By
a
blowing
lot
up
of
that
Nazi
train,
war
we
criminals
bought Paris
freedom
more
just
time.
so they can.
Now the resistance is going to use.
It's
the
called
papers as
Operation
security to
Paperclip.
infiltrate it.
They gave them freedom for the knowledge and science information they had. But at any rate, this is all for today, guys. Please feel free to like, comment down below. Don't be shy. I mean, let us know what you think.
Yeah, say hey, maybe we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Have some questions about like a history or something, or hell, give a suggestion for a game.
Yeah. But it's been fun. See you next time, and see you later.
Peace
Bye.
out.